and welcome to The German Guy Reviews. I'm The German Guy. It has been a long, exhausting week. I just want to sit back, relax and watch a dumb movies about zombies in lederhosen. Let's go. We see a guy on a snowmobile somewhere in the Alps. No! Mr. White, get back into the safe house before the mountain patrol sees you and reports back to the DEA. The man seems to be investigating something before getting snagged by a zombie deer. We then cut to a dude mixing a bunch of chemicals. I was just kidding with the Breaking Bad reference, but according to some theory, Heisenberg is responsible for the zombie outbreak in The Walking Dead, so... Everything that I'm seeing right now does not look professional at all, and only makes me think of this. The dude's name is Franz, who tells some, I guess, Russian investor that he found a solution to the climate change problem. Not an actual solution to climate change itself, but one of its symptoms. If you buy 3 SUVs today, we are going to spend 1%, that is 1% on paying this guy so that he can stand in front of his house and catch CO2 in this cup for 2 hours. No, instead Herr Franz invented artificial permasnow that does not melt, which will keep the ski and hotel business alive. Of course, something had to go wrong. Some of the mixture gets into the Russian guy's face, making him throw up green slime. Totally unrelated to this presentation, he just ate some ice cream out of the broken machines at the local McDonald's. Ronald is an actual killer clown. What do you think where all the other mascots went? He ate them. We go over to a guy named Steve Olsen, his friend Josh, his girlfriend Branka, and his film crew, doing some awesome snowboard stunts. Push it to the limit. Steve, however, is of the opinion that just going down the mountain is not extreme enough, so he takes off all his clothes. I'm going to jump down that there cliff, rip out my frozen dick, throw it in the air, make a sick loop, catch it between my groin and land safely. However, they happen to have a special guest that day, a little girl that wanted to meet her favorite athlete. Push it to the limit? While the young girl learns why it is that you are not supposed to meet your heroes, the Russian investor is not doing so well. Franz takes him to Rita's fun place, instead of a hospital, because he wants him to sign the contract real quick before he collapses on the floor. Josh and Branka, Steve's now ex-girlfriend after he screwed up their sponsorship, also show up. Rita tells them all roads to the next village are closed thanks to the weather conditions. Ha! So much for climate change, globetards! 2 genders! Now, of course, had to be the moment where the infected man turns. Shortly later, Steve arrives in the tavern and quickly becomes superhero action man, using everything around him as a means of defense, including a bitten off hand for melee. Ironically, if you finish the game only using that, you still get the achievement for no weapon use. Save me, glitter wraps! Steve and his friends end up on the toilet, trapped in one of the stalls. They sneak out, only to be surrounded, until the door to the attic opens. It's Rita saving them. With her is also Franz. Josh calls a buddy of his and talks on the phone more like as if he is on a vacation, rather than in a life or on-death situation.
Und was hat er gesagt?
Wie wir ihnen Saures geben. Obwohl es schon darauf ankommt, in welcher Art Zombie-Film wir sind.
Ah, yes. This floor is made out of floor. They hide behind a carbon cutout to get to the snowmobile, but they are shortly later discovered. Thankfully, the ice is slippery and the zombies have a hard time getting anywhere, but so do they. Franz, Branka and Steve get to the snowmobile. They ask the old man what is going to happen to the others.
Was ist mit den anderen? Ist aber scheißegal.
Now you would think these two would protest against that, but no, not too much. I guess they just wanted to clarify the situation. That's actually a good premise for a zombie movie. Instead of having a team of survivors that sticks together no matter what, you have a group where everybody is a prick. They drive along the mountains until they hit an infected critter. Franz, surprise surprise, turns out to be really evil. He doesn't want anyone to find out that he is responsible for the outbreak, so he wants to get rid of his two companions. They run away. Franz quickly gives up, which is to say he doesn't even try at all, and then has some fun killing a zombie deer, which the rest of the herd doesn't appreciate. Back on top of the mountain, Josh realizes that he has been bitten and begs Rita to kill him. It does not go so well. Steve and Branka also make a discovery. The zombies react to music. Well, obviously there's only one way to kill them all effectively at once.
Everybody do the flop!
I mean, nothing against different music tastes, but you could totally put some of these at a folk music event and nobody would notice the difference. Sometimes the only difference between a flesh-eating zombie and a human being is the amount of beer in the bloodstream. They arrive at a lift station and have a heart-to-heart talk, concluding with, if we make it out of here, then we give it another try. You are only saying this because we might end up being the last people on Earth. Yes. When the two get back to the cabin, they pick the worst possible moment for a dance, right between dozens of zombies. Sometime earlier, Rita took care of a zombified Josh and gets out the World War II guns to kick some ass. And you thought German rearmament is a bad thing. She shoots at everything standing in her way, killing absolutely nothing because they are invulnerable against bullets. However, the high percentage alcohol gets the job done instead, or so it would only seem. All the monsters simply dig themselves out again, forcing our heroes to clobber and slice them to death with their snowboards. They kill and then kill some more, until one of the unfriendly faces grabs Branka. Steve kicks him away only to end up over a deadly abyss, but he removes the snowboard from his feet with a crowbar. The final enemy is turned into snow, which also somehow neutralizes the virus, and a new morning begins, with bloody flakes falling from the sky. Whoever catches 10 first wins! And so the movie ends, the couple having their love renewed and Rita looking down to the valley, where there are a ton more undead waiting for them, but they are determined to get out of this mess. And that was Attack of the Lederhosen Zombies. It's not great. Right from the start, this movie knows what it is, a cheesy horror flick, but like so many movies with love stories in them, this one too doesn't really serve the plot and is only one extra side quest, glued on top of it, that first and foremost distracts from the main event. There are a handful of clever ideas and kills, but nothing too spectacular or memorable. The action never gets too over the top, which is what you hope for in a movie with this title. It felt like they were really getting started at the finale, but then unfortunately ran out of time, which sucks because the entire movie feels like waiting for exactly that big clash at the end, and it's hardly worth it. If they had 20 minutes more with all three escaping on a snowmobile through the valley, an avalanche right behind them, Rita shooting at everything that moves in a glorious jump the shark final bang, like it was teased on the cover, that would have made up for it. It could have really saved the movie for me, but as it stands, the climax is more of a regular run-of-the-mill battle that other B-movies do way better and 5 times more often in their respective tales. A few jumps here, a few slashes there, that's it. It is, however, wonderfully gory and splattery, so there's that at least. A perfect meh movie for a long stretching and grey work week. The German Guy out and auf Wiedersehen.